Our next speaker is Mr. Alan Jones. He's the Managing Director at AML Advisory.
Welcome to the amazing world of drones and robotics. There is plenty of excitement and hype surrounding logistics technology that is being delivered through this rapidly evolving equipment landscape. But where does the exciting technology rubber hit the reality road for your business? It is important that assets like these are seen as much more than just specialist technology for geeks. They have very real business logistics applications that are not just for high-tech large organisations with big budgets. The key is that it's all about the function they perform, the data and physical process improvements and benefits that can be realised. The real benefits exist in optimisation of your business through process improvements, capturing the data, processing, analysing, interpreting the results and applying it to improve existing business operations, and getting the maximum utility from this alluring technology.
Good afternoon and welcome to this fast-running list of speakers. Thank you for attendance here in person and virtually around Australia and internationally. As a speaker, my intent is to give you something interesting as well as something you can take away and apply to the amazing world of drones and robotics that you're involved with. Already from the presentations today and a brief walk around the exhibitors here, three thoughts stand out to me. One, the capability now and the future potential of drones and robots is exciting to ponder. Secondly, there is so many variations and options to consider. And finally, governments and commercial enterprise, regardless of what sector, has a thirst to take advantage of this capability and potential. The question that I'll begin to answer today is, how does an organisation, small or large, that is focused on producing, manufacturing or delivering services achieve the utility of this technology and make it cost-effective? I cannot give you all the answers in this short presentation. However, I'll give you some insights into what AML Advisory has learnt and what you should consider if you are planning to adopt some of this amazing technology in your organisation. The considerations I will present are based upon our work delivering brand-agnostic advice and solutions in a variety of sectors. And I've divided this presentation into three logical parts. Regardless of whether you are purchasing a personal motor vehicle, a new computer, a mobile phone, or investing on behalf of your company in robots or drones, you will consciously or subconsciously go through a series of life cycle phases from operations analysis through acquisition, then sustainment, and then finally disposal or replacement. The four phases of the life cycle here in this model each cover a multitude of points that you, as a company, should consider when developing your business case or plan to adopt drones or robots. At the macro level, what are the features or characteristics that your business is seeking? How much are you prepared to budget? When do you believe you need the introduction of this equipment? And what are the sustainment overheads between the options you are considering? What many people fail to consider adequately is the life cycle process that will ultimately drive the quality of the product they choose, the price they will pay, the effectiveness of its integration, its operational life, and ultimately the return on investment for your business or organisation. Let us now take a closer look at some of the specialist considerations that should influence your technology selection. It is consistent with any equipment procurement program that as the new items are about to enter service, specialist considerations come to the fore as your team get their hands on the new equipment. In your technology selection, have you appreciated the annual operating costs for your drones or robots? Is there a significant training liability, and who in your team will receive the training? Is there a maintenance liability for either hardware or software? Does your business environment need to be modified to permit effective data security and adoption of drones or robots? How long do you intend to keep the items? And finally, what is the return on investment that you hope to achieve and when? The answers to all of these questions will shape your thinking more clearly and permit you to make an informed decision on the product that you will need to do the job and the reasons why you've selected it. Your understanding of the equipment life cycle considerations is critical. The drone and the robot. I'm sure these images and this saying is familiar to more than just a few of you. The allure of the bright, tiny, shiny toy. But let's have a think about what this means to you and your organisation's operations with drones or robots. Think about the reality for what we want our toys to do, for how long and at what cost. Where's the return on investment from our drones and our robots? Rather than being drawn to the bright, shiny toy, let's apply some hard lessons learnt and a little reverse engineering before we select our drone or robot. When you're having your next mirror moment and considering your business requirements and your appetite to adopt this technology, here are 3 key points for you to have a think about. We have found it vital to truly analyse business processes and drill down to the reality of what process needs to be done and what technology can supplement or in some cases replace these processes. In the first instance, drones and robots are a great capability multiplier in the D environments, those that are dull, dangerous or dirty. We then sought to analyse key business processes that are often labour-intensive, expensive or bottleneck processes. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. The message from dear old Benjamin Franklin is impeccable, but still we fail to grasp its significance. It is the most ponderous of quotes, isn't it? Seemingly obvious to its reader, and yet day after day we find ourselves dealing with the consequences of not planning. Plans will change once the start gun goes, but at least you have a plan that allows you to know and recognise the direction you're going in. And finally, motivation and leadership. You've attended the Congress, you've educated yourself, you've talked to advisors that can assist you, you have the vision for what can be achieved with drones and robots. What next? Here are 3 important messages from AML's experience. Firstly, your technology adoption program starts with getting your team on board and motivated to adopt and integrate this into your business. It's not scary, it's not overly demanding, it's treating your team with respect and showing leadership. Secondly, provide consistent and concise information as you progress through the adoption program. In addition to the more formal project management reports, we found that a light touch communication with our team will also assist the transition and the adoption of drones and robots. And finally, no vision is implemented without sustained leadership. For those managers in the room who are also leaders, your role throughout the technology adoption program is not over when you sign off on the procurement contract. Your team needs to see you sharing in the integration journey, the discovery of changes, training, and to observe and be part of some of the highs and lows of implementation. It's easy to get into a lengthy discussion here for the steps that will be necessary to have an effective technology adoption into your business. The truth is it needs to be planned in detail, specific to your business requirements, your budget, and your schedule. You can do this in-house, or you can get some assistance. As some guidance, I recommend the following key considerations. Understand your current value state and the future. If you don't know where you started, how will you know when you get there and what your return is? Educate yourself on the market. Be mindful of plunging into technology investments. This is a significant investment. It's worth the effort. What is your procurement strategy? Make sure it fits your business requirements or your organisation, not simply what's imposed upon you. During the implementation, what level of guidance and support does your organisation need? Is it a do-it-yourself project, or is it something you need far more complex assistance with? And finally, have the life cycle considerations foremost in your mind. Have an asset support plan. If we're going to go down the path of investing this amount of time and this amount of money, have a plan that factors in the whole of sustainment life costs, so that you at least have a starting plan for what lays in front of you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time and attention to a number of subject areas that I'm absolutely passionate about. I look forward to meeting many of you afterwards, and for those of you who are joining us virtually, I would be happy to make your acquaintance.